Hello guys, this is Carmen from Centimeter. Nice to see you again. As everybody knows that the Canton Fair is coming in a few days on 15th of October, and then I start to receive many emails. Many people said that it's the first time for them to come to the Canton Fair. Here I'm going to share with you some very useful tips for your first visit to Canton Fair. So first of all, it is a very important tip is make sure that you go to the right phase, because probably you have different products that you are interested in or is your business focused on. So in Canton Fair, there are 3 phases. The first phase will be the electronic products, home consumed electronic products, or e-bikes, or some LED lights like lightning equipment or products. And the second phase will be mainly focused on home decoration, construction material, and some gift packaging, this kind of stuff. And the third phase will be mainly clothing and textiles, and some medical equipment, and of course some food. You need to focus what kind of products you are interested in, and then you choose to go to the right phase. Many of you, I believe you already have the badge for the Canton Fair. Probably you already pre-registered in the Canton Fair website. When you arrive in the Canton Fair, you can go to the front desk with your code. You can already get your badge. And if you don't have the badge yet, also don't worry. You just need to stay on the line. Probably on the first day will be a very long line, and then wait for until your turn, and then you can present your business card, your passport, and then you can already get the badge. If your identity card is not Chinese people, you can directly get a free badge for the Canton Fair. And this badge is a lifetime badge. So please make sure that you don't lose it, and then you can go anytime when you need for the Canton Fair. As everybody knows, in Guangzhou, in main city in China, the traffic is really amazing. We really need a good luck for the parking. So I really wish you good luck. So my tip for you with the traffic is try to not go to the first day when the grand opening day of the Canton Fair, and try not to go to the last day. The first day, some manufacturers, they still don't have time to put the booth, because some manufacturers, they come from all over China. And the second of all is the first day, the grand opening day, will be a lot of media people, tourists, will be a lot of people trying to enter on the first day. So the line on the Canton Fair will be super long. If you can manage your time a little bit well, so probably you don't have to go on the first day of the Canton Fair when it starts. And not to go on the last day is because also many suppliers, in the meanwhile, they have the global source in Hong Kong is happening as well. So probably some of them have to leave early to go to another fair. So in the last day, probably in the afternoon, you already found some booths is already empty. Try not to go on the first day or the last day of each phase on the Canton Fair. No matter when you landed in Hong Kong airport, or we call it Baiyun Airport in Guangzhou, you will have the shuttle directly from airport to the Canton Fair Exhibition Center. So you just need to check in the airport to see that with the Canton Fair logo, and you can always find the shuttle bus or even the ferry from Hong Kong airport to Guangzhou to the exhibition center in China for the Canton Fair, because it's a really big event. Every organization is trying to make it as easier as possible for you guys to come to visit the fair. And then the next one we will need to talk about is the hotel. Probably you already booked your hotel quite close to the fair, and if you are not, you can try to book hotel around, but then they provide the free shuttle bus to go to the fair. And also when you take the free shuttle bus, you need to check for the time. You need to confirm one day in advance with the hotel that what time they are going to leaving. Because of the traffic, you need to give a little bit more time for the traffic. So it's better that you arrange your time in advance and smartly. So after all of these kind of very basic tips for Canton Fair, now I'm going to talk about like when you enter the Canton Fair, when you are in the fair. First of all, of course, a comfortable shoes is very important. Probably some of you thinking about that is a business event. Forget about it, please. Just remember, you need to have comfortable shoes. You are going to walk probably more than 30 steps per day. in the fair and walk around, and you really want to be comfort, no matter with your dress or with your shoes. And then second of all, many people asking me that if it's necessary for them to bring the business car. I will tell you guys, yes, business car is very important, but to be honest, nowadays not too many people have carrying the business car. In China, I'm going to tell you a very important app, probably as important as the WhatsApp that you guys use for communicate. We call it WeChat, and that is a very useful app here to communicate with suppliers. So personally, I would suggest you to download the WeChat app, and then you can add the supplier as a friend, and they can send you the e-catalogs. You can even take a picture of their business card, and then it will save it in your phone for a long time. Also, another thing is about eating time. You know, in China, it's very strict to eat around about 11:30 to 1:30. This is a very peak time for eating. In the Canton Fair, yes, we have the one floor, full floor is full of restaurants, and there, if during the eating time, like between 11:30 even to 2 p.m. will be full of people. So if you guys can, probably you just bring some energy bar, or you just don't eat in the same time as all the people will eat in the full hall. And then another tip is, like, when you walk around, you find something interesting, and please don't be hesitate just to ask for some samples. You can ask suppliers that, oh, you're interested in, this is your business, you can introduce yourself a little bit, and then you can always ask the suppliers, oh, can I have these products as a sample? Because this is one of the very important points, that you come to Canton Fair to face-to-face talk with the supplier and touch the products and check if how it is. That's the make a big difference between you come to Canton Fair or you just shop online in Alibaba or talk with someone. And also, for another very important tip is, don't sit down to pay in cash and deposit in any of the manufacturers in the Canton Fair. It happens with some customers, they pay in cash with a deposit in one of the booths in the fair, and then that manufacturer or suppliers, they collect the money and then they disappeared. And then that customer will never get the money back, and of course, he will never receive the products he ordered. Try not to be so emotional and just pay cash in the deposit in any of the suppliers there, no matter how. I will also suggest you guys, if you really find some good suppliers that you think they are nice to do business with, I would suggest you to hire like a third-party company to do a background check to see it, if it's really trustful. I hear more and more situations that factories, or supposed not factories, or traders, probably they come to the Canton Fair and then they just make a booth and they sell the products that actually they are not producing, and they just go to collect the business, and probably they are not trustful person. I would suggest you guys that if you have the chance that you can hire the third party to background check a little bit the factory. When you have a super huge order, or the first time to work with one factory, this is a very important tip to do. And the last tip for you guys is also something happened last year with one of my customers, that he searched in the Alibaba, and then he talked with one suppliers to order some jeans, the clothes, and then he feel like, oh, everything is nice, the price is good, so he asked for the down payment, and that supplier sent him a personal account, and he was not thinking too much, and he already paid to the personal account, and finally figured out it's a scam. So in the Canton Fair, it is the same. Even you can face-to-face to talk to the people, but I will suggest you, if you need to set any payment for business, please try to set the payment to company account and not for a personal account. In my personal opinion, it should be a very useful tips for you guys, and I hope that these all tips can help you to have a very good experience and journey for your first visit for the Canton Fair. This is Carmen from Centimeter Sourcing and Shipping. If you have any questions related to sourcing products from China and shipping from China, please don't be hesitate to leave me a message, and also remember to click the subscribe for my channel. I'm going to share with you more information about sourcing and shipping from China. Bye.